How's it going? Before we start the video, I want to make a little disclaimer. Primarily that I've honestly flip-flopped about making this video so many times that it's more of a academic study to see if I can make a full CG talking head style video, if I can take an idea, put it down onto paper into a script, and if I can make that into a orderly, concise, and cohesive point to get across. But at the end of the day, I am at best a small studio, but in reality more of a hobbyist, so I could be 100% wrong in everything I say. So please take this video as nothing more than just my thoughts and feelings. And finally, I want to say I have no resentment or ill will towards Rokoko as a company or any of their employees that work there. I genuinely think they're great people and they're doing a lot for the community. I just think that they can be doing even more. So enjoy the video. Okay, Rokoko, let's have a little chat. I didn't want to make this video because honestly, I really like your product. I like your company. I like your mission statement. I like what you do. I love that you're active with your community. I like that you try and listen to them and that you make tons of tutorials. And not just for your community, but you make them for the entire 3D community as a whole. And I think that's great. Except after watching your new Unreal Engine animation workflow video. And after talking to some others in the industry, I have some feedback and some things I need to say. This tutorial that, mind you, is being presented as the Rokoko certified professional official best practice workflow is honestly unacceptable. Like, you are a professional company offering professional solutions for their professional clients, and this brand new UE 5.4, again, Rokoko recommended workflow is using a base FK armature. I mean, come on. We aren't in the 90s. We're not lucky to be animating with stiff bones. It's 2024 and no self-respecting animator will use a full FK only dumb source skeletal armature for animation. And honestly, I don't think it's crazy to expect, again, a professional company offering professional solutions for their professional clients. This is a hacky solution at best. And now, speaking as someone who has been trying to learn and switch to Unreal Engine 5 since the beta, I have struggled with retargeting, and I have struggled with control rig. I have countless projects titled Retarget Test 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, Rokoko Retarget, Samus Retarget Test, FML, I hate this. So I get it. I understand the Unreal Engine is difficult, it's hard, and it's not super well documented. But that's no excuse to be producing a video claiming to be the recommended workflow and only giving half the process. Because that's what that is. Retargeting is only one step. Even the best in the world motion capture requires cleanup. Sure, raw retargeting can be passable for background characters, but never for a hero asset character. You need a control rig, which makes this so much worse because you say as much in your video. You acknowledge the control rig and then walk around it, talking as if you showed us the really hard part, the part that needs a tutorial, and the idea that using a control rig, if you even need one, is the easy part. It's so simple to add and bake, and it's pretty much the exact same steps, so, yeah, you can figure that out. It's not. Figuring out how to get control rig to work on any character, especially characters that are custom and not from the Unreal Engine marketplace, it's really hard, but it doesn't have to be. One of the biggest pros and, in my opinion, cons of Unreal Engine is that they have recommended workflows and best practice solutions, which you use. That's awesome. But you only use one part of it and not the rest. You show us how to use their built-in retargeter, but then not the control rig the Unreal Engine gives you for free. Like, you even go to the lengths of telling us to import the third-person template because it gives you the UE5 official mannequin, but it's like you don't even know that that same template gives you the control rig. And honestly, if it was just this, I probably wouldn't have said anything. But after talking and discussing with others in the industry, it started to paint a pattern that it's not just Unreal Engine. It's almost every retargeting video. That it feels like you don't know the programs you're making tutorials for. I've tried using the Blender workflow, and honestly, it's absolutely garbage. And I don't know a single person who animates in Blender that uses the official Rokoko retargeting workflow. I personally don't use Maya, but people I know who do have told me the same thing. This seems they don't know the program, how to navigate it, or the recommended workflow is honestly terrible and doesn't work. And now it's the same thing with Unreal Engine. This is a half-baked solution that doesn't even cover the options available in the box. It feels like you don't know the software you're making tutorials for. Which I want to say is honestly fine. It's taken me a very long time to learn the proper retargeting in Blender, and I barely just figured it out in Unreal. It is hard, and honestly, motion capture is not a well-documented area of 3D. But that's the issue. When you're positioning yourself as a professional, as the authority, as the place to go for documentation on motion capture, the one that has the answers, providing the certified best professional workflow, you have to provide the best, the true best workflow that people can depend on and actually use. I want Rokoko to be that, the source of information for motion capture in this world, that when your video comes up and it says how to retarget motion capture in XYZ, that you know it is 100% right and it will 100% work. Because I'm telling you right now, it's not. I don't think people trust Rokoko videos. I know I don't. People have told me they go watch one of your videos and then it won't work. So they'll go down to the comment section to find an actual solution. Or they'll see, oh, there's an updated version. That must be why it doesn't work. So they'll go watch that. But then it still won't work. And they'll have to go down to the comment section to find the solution. And this is what you're doing. You're posting tutorials, but then releasing an updated version, correcting things you did wrong in the last version. And I get it. Workflows change, especially in Unreal. In the past few updates, they've changed the entire workflow. But that should be the only reason a video should be updated. When the software changes and the workflow becomes outdated. You can't be finding a solution that's good enough, shipping it, and saying, we'll figure it out and we'll fix it in a later update video. These need to be right the first time and certified the right way. I want to reiterate that you don't need to know every single detail about every single software. I myself am constantly learning new tips and tricks for better quality retargets. But if you're going to position yourself as being the best place for motion capture workflows, you need to be the best and provide the best workflows that people can depend on and actually use. And the thing is, I know you can do it. I don't personally use Cinema 4D, but from what I can tell, it seems like the program that you actually really know, because the solution seems simple, intuitive, and from what I can tell, actually works. And it seems like you're very familiar with the program. And I also want to not discount Rokoko, honestly much the opposite. Like, kudos, truly, you have amazing hardware. I recently upgraded to the Smart Suit 2, and it's really, really good. And it's not just the hardware, it's connected and controlled in software. Personally, I prefer the legacy software, but maybe that's another topic for another day. But honestly, I really like your product. I've recommended it and raved about it to several other people. And I know you guys know the retargeting solution is bad because you have decided to take it upon yourselves to integrate it into the Rokoko studio, which is awesome. And I've talked to some of your product managers and I know possibly some stuff they're coming down the pipeline, which sounds even better. Great to have, especially for programs like Blender that don't have any out-of-the-box retargeting. I wish maybe these options were free, but again, maybe that's another video. So please take the time to develop the workflows that your community expects and deserves. Be a beacon of trustworthy information in the motion capture world that I know you guys can be. So in closing thoughts, I don't want to sound like I'm just being negative. And honestly, a lot of this that I'm thinking about is coming from old knowledge. Like in doing research for this, because I wanted to fact check and make sure I'm not insane, I watched the new Ultimate Blender retargeting video. And while I think there is still criticism that stands that you're not super familiar with the program, I think it's also much better. It is a full package where you show the motion capture, how to retarget it, how to rig, and how to clean up. Like it's a full, complete thing. And also, maybe it's not the worst thing to have updated videos that constantly roll out with new understandings because, again, especially in Unreal Engine, is a program that's constantly changing and you need repeated changed workflows. So, I don't know. I mean, keep doing whatever you're doing, I guess. I hope you can do more and do better because I'd love to see your videos and be excited and trust that, like, yes, I'm going to learn something new, not Great. They showed us a half-baked thing that if I didn't know a better way of doing it, I would be really frustrated. So yeah, I guess closing statement is, Rokoko, I really like your suit. I kind of like your studio software. Again, I think the Legacy one is better, but that's not for here. And I really like the effort you're putting in. But I do think you could be doing better. But I do also want to applaud the effort you are taking in this massive undertaking of, what the frick am I saying? This is a part I didn't practice. Okay, this is like, it's part of a script. I'm like half scripting, half, anyways. But I guess to anyone who made it this far, like, thanks for watching, and let me know if you like this video. Again, this is more so academic to see, can I record a long form video and like make it and do it and like be in an environment and like, I don't know, whatever the frick I'm doing right now. So anyways, hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.